Going over to question 19, we're seeing the standard grammar prompt, so we know this is a grammar question, and let's start reading. In crafting her fantasy fiction, this author has drawn inspiration from the classic 19th century fairy tales of the Brothers Grimm. Her 2014 novel, for instance, is a complex retelling of the story of Snow White, while her 2019 novel, Gingerbread, offers a delicious twist on the classic tale of Hansel and Gretel. Now, this question is getting at something really important that comes up a lot on the SAT and on the ACT. There are two primary ways to name things, what we refer to as a long intro, and the other one is the middle modifier. For the long intro, you might hear something like this: SAT instructor Alex Torres is nice. True story, I am pretty nice. But the idea here is that my name is not just Alex Torres. My name is SAT instructor Alex Torres. In other words, for the long intro, the information about a person is combined with the name. So instead of calling someone, Michael Jordan, we'd call him 6-time NBA champion Michael Jordan visited the children's hospital today, something like that. For the middle modifier, on the other hand, a modifier is a piece of a sentence that's missing the subject, the verb, or both. So here, what we have is a subject, but we don't have a verb just in that part. So we're putting the name as some side information, and that's okay, as long as if you were to delete this information, everything else would be okay. The SAT instructor is nice, and that does fit if you were to delete that information in the middle there. So that's the long intro versus the middle modifier. They're both right in their own situations, and you're rarely ever asked to choose between them. Here, very complicated. We have her 2014 novel, Boy Snow Bird, for instance. So now this is a middle modifier, not related to what we were just talking about, but just a little timeout in the sentence that further complicates things. But the correct usage in this sentence is a long intro. This is her 2014 novel, Boy Snow Bird. So this is a long intro, just like the long intro right here with no commas. Now, I know you see commas there, but bear with me, it kind of has no commas. So just like we say SAT instructor Alex Torres, here we're saying her 2014 novel, Boy Snow Bird. Now, the commas that you're seeing are not real commas in the sense that we're talking about. Those commas belong to the actual title of the novel. So they're not part of our decision of whether or not there should be a comma here. It's just her 2014 novel, whatever the name is. So that we're going to consider a long intro. And it's really, really complicated. This is, yes, a long intro question, but it's got some real built-in curveballs to it. But when we get over here to the other part, we're talking about her 2014 novel Gingerbread offers a delicious twist on the classic tale of Hansel and Gretel. In other words, because we've defined the first one as a long intro with no commas, even though there are those other commas that we don't want to talk about, but it's really the idea of having no commas, then we're going to go ahead and go with this. Her 2019 novel Gingerbread offers a delicious twist. And so what we're saying is that because we had a long intro here, we want another long intro here so they all match up. And the answer here is C.